And we say good morning to you. Welcome. We're live at Chick-Fil-A, ready to go with show number 529 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're here again on this Wednesday hump day, over the hump and through the woods to a wonderful weekend we go. And in case you care, most don't, our Christmas countdown is very much... Mrs. Lammer's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Let's clap. This is your turn. This is where we clap. Connie's in the house. My buddy Connie is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Life is good. So... she's turned and walked away, shook her head like you guys a nut job. Anyway, we welcome you. 529 is our show. Countdown to Christmas, if you care. 207 days to Christmas. There you go. We got birthdays today. We got a man can do some great imitations of one of the all-time great cowboys, Clint Eastwood, having a birthday today. Eastwood, 87 years old today. Yeah, I reckon so. I can't do it like he can do it. He's going to be with us here in just a second. We'll tell you who that is. Again, 87 today is Clint Eastwood, and Broadway Joe Namath. You know you're getting old when Joe Namath is 74 years old today. So that's who's having birthdays again on this Wednesday, last day of the month, May 31st, 2017. Our guest will include the UT Sports Update, a last-minute edition. Our buddy Kevin Harmon can't make it tomorrow. He's here today. He said, I want to talk UT, and I got stuff going on tomorrow. I'm a realtor, making money and closing properties and showing homes. I said, I get that. He joins us coming up later on today. Karen Hubbs for the Goose Chase. She'll be with us here at the bottom of the hour. Also, very excited. He's never been on the show. He's going to be on here today. One of our fantastic sponsors right there. Blue Lizard bought me a tube because I got to getting ready to get into the water. Water resistant for 80 minutes. How about it? Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen. Put the, I had the, this tube on the dashboard coming over in direct sunlight. Cap turns blue to tell you the UV rays are out there. Cap turns blue in UV light. Love it. Blue Lizard, the CEO, the main man. Love the guy. He's a class act and a great community supporter of so many things. Jeff Bedard joins us later in the show. And then Dave Anchi comes with his mother. His mom's coming. If you remember back during March Madness, there's a little thing going on in the family where they do the pick and pound of March Madness, and the winner gets to keep a trophy internally. So we went on about that during March Madness. So mom's in town for the holiday from Georgia. And so I believe Dave's bringing mom, and he has to present the trophy to her because she won. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how that's going to happen a little bit later on the show. So all that coming up. Again, we're here jumping. Hey, people go. Well, you came in and just pulled up your. Whoa, easy down, cowboy. Jumping Jason. Show me a little sock here. Show me a little sock. Jumping Jason. Woo. Oh, me, oh my. Telling you, it's good stuff. Love living there. These just good people. Here's our verse of the day to get us started. We always dedicate our show to the man that hung on the cross, the Lord Jesus. I am nothing without him. Isaiah 40, 28, 29, 30, and 31, the verse of the day says, I am the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. Those who hope in me will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary, and they will walk and not faint. How about that? That is the verse of the day from the book of Isaiah. And that's a good one. I am the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. Wow, that's powerful right there. Those who hope in me will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary, and they will they will walk and not faint. That is the verse of the day out of the book of Isaiah. That is awesome. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross. Our show brought to you by Grip Energy Drink. Again, the flavors are there. Hot weather is here, and they're good. I'm telling you, they are outstanding. All natural ingredients. You've got lemon lime, pink grapefruit, root beer, pineapple, white grape, and they're on the production line as we speak, and they're going to release them soon, a sugar-free orange and a sugar-free pink grapefruit. How about that? That's getting ready to be released coming up here in just next couple of weeks, as a matter of fact. All natural ingredients, Grip Energy Drink. They're available at your local Food City, and we'll be at Food City in Elizabethton on Friday, broadcasting live on the Food City Friday here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Quick break. We'll be right back. Guest number one's ready. If you're ready to hear about Tennessee football and Tennessee sports, we've got him. He's coming up next year. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You are with us live at Chick-Fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City. Show number 529 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink. I miss. You still the Skips Laurel? Can I still go down and get them? Just call because I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna do them now. I'm gonna put them in and be done with it. So, huh? Like how often? Every day? Morning or night?
Probably both. Because we're going to start into some drier weather. So if it gets warmer, we'll need a whole lot more water going. You may want to wait. If you're not going to be there, I'd wait till fall. You can't water them every day.
Wait till the fall? Put them in? Well, I'm there every day.
Okay. Then put them in, make sure you water them.
I mean, how much?
Probably at least 5 gallons. At least.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
The deals are heating up for Truck Month at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. Over 300 new Chevys to choose from, all with incredible savings. $11,000 off MSRP on 16 Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. Check out the savings online at championjc.com. 16 Silverado Crew Cab, $33,685. 16 Track, $17,460. 16 Equinox, $21,615. 16 Traverse, $27,365. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game. Birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back at the Tom Douglas Sports Show, there you go. There's where you can register for tickets to win to go to Thunder Valley Nationals. And we've already got a great list of folks over 200 folks in the bucket. But, hey, we're picking 10 winners, so you can't go wrong with that. Here are some of the folks. Hello to Clint down in Fort Myers, Florida. Sharon from Fife, I guess that's it, F-Y-F-F-E, Fife, Alabama. Kendall from Louisiana, Shelby from Nebraska. Let's see, we got a young lady from Williamsburg, Kentucky, Tina. Jamie, I don't know if it's a guy or girl, from Knoxville. From Beckley, West Virginia, Tricia. From Christiansburg, Virginia, Dreama. So, again, all you got to do is go right here, and you have, these folks have already qualified. Go to TomTaylorSports.com/contest. 10 winners. These are $80 pairs of tickets, so we're giving over $800 worth of tickets to the Thunder Valley Nationals coming up Father's Day weekend, which is not that far away. So, again, all you got to do is go to TomTaylorSports.com/contest. We'll give them away on the 13th of June, which is not that far away either. So, again, jump on there and do it. All we need is your first name, last name, where you're from, obviously, and also your email address. If you win, we can get a hold of you. It's just that simple. We're here live again to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Our first guest is normally with us on Thursday, but his day job commands and demands he be somewhere else tomorrow, so he said, can I come today? I said, absolutely. And so he's here. Kevin Harmon, UT Sports Update. How you doing, my friend?
Doing well.
Oh, yeah.
How are you?
Oh, I'm living the dream.
It's crowded in here.
It is. Oh, no. It ain't got started.
Yeah.
No, this is the calm before the storm. Lunchtime on a summer day or a late spring day at Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
it rocks. So, anyway,
That's right. It's only 11 o'clock.
Here we go. We got lots to talk about. Of course, he comes in every week with the UT Sports Update. So, Lady Vols took Texas A&M to the brink. Couldn't pull it off. They lose, but I guess
Tough.
Guess
That was
you
a
would
tough
call it
loss.
a pretty good season because it was a rebuilding. They really didn't. Everything I could read is like really weren't supposed to be where they got because they're a young team, but. So that really bodes well the future.
Oh, it does. They only had one senior. That was Megan Gear, I think she was right fielder. Plenty of firepower coming back. Plus you have Moss and Arnold. And they're bringing in the #1 recruiting class in the country. They signed top 100 players, including the top pitcher. And if you watch the series, Tennessee does not have an elite defense, and they do not have elite pitching yet. And I think that's what the weeklies are trying to build. And they also have the top 2019 class so far. So they have the best 2018 and the best 2019 class to this point. They need pitching. We've got to have some pitching. The dominant pitching like Florida has, where you can just put a girl on the mound, you know that they're not going to score. We get that like a Monica Abbott type. Tennessee's going to roll. You get Megan Gregg back next year, who's probably the best player in the country right now. And Madison Shipman is the first base coach for Tennessee. Her sister is coming to play at UT, and she's the #1 player in the country. So a lot of good things in store for the University of Tennessee softball program. You know, they have two high quality elite coaches in Ralph and Karen Weekly. So it's a great sport. So lady softball is just a great sport, and I'm hoping that Tennessee gets back the Lady Vols brand so that we can, because I still refer to them as the Lady Vols.
Check this out. This is Jumpin' Jason Hodges. What's the name of your company? Southern Lawns? So I said, can you give me what to do about it? I got a blight on the Leland cypress. Guy gives me all these instructions. I got to get him on over here because he's a plethora of knowledge.
Cornucopia.
Who? Cornucopia?
Cornucopia.
Don't
yeah,
cuss him.
Just filled with fruits and stuff.
It's just fruits of knowledge.
Right.
So he says plant insecticide, plant fungicide, water twice a day. Oh, this is for the.
So you've got to water twice a day?
No, wait a minute. What is this? Is this for the cypress?
No, the insecticide is for the
Leland cypress? Right. This is for the laurel. The root stimulator is for the laurel. For anything. Root stimulator, don't know if it. Okay, perfect.
But that means you have to actually physically go out and do that.
Well, yeah, there's the caveat.
There's the catch.
There's the catch. There's your sign.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, you know, I walk to your house, I look at your yard, I think Disneyland.
You don't know where I live.
I do know where you live.
Do you?
Yes, sir. I've been to your house.
It looks like
yeah.
Disneyland?
Yeah, the
What
front
does
yard does. I'm being facetious, of course. Oh, yeah.
What does it mean when you tell somebody their yard looks like Disneyland? I'm not thinking that's a
you
compliment.
know how they got like Mickey and that cut out of, of the shrubs and,
Yeah.
they got the little Tinkerbell thing all
Thank you.
cut out.
Yeah.
that's your place.
There you go.
And now, with those instructions, yard of the month in Town Acres.
With those yellow pavers they have in the front, it's like follow the yellow brick road. So I got.
I mean, you're in the running for yard of the month.
I'm in there. It's good stuff. And then last night, just for kicks, I'm gonna go lie to you. Opened up the shades because my Christmas tree's still up. Flipped on the lights. And just showed my tree for about 20 minutes to the neighborhood.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Well, we're not that far from Christmas.
No, we're 207 days from Christmas, man. We're not that far away.
You beat the rush. You got it up early.
Baby.
I like that.
Keeping up year round.
Love
it, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
As long as it's not a real tree.
No, it's not real.
Okay.
No, we keep our tree up year round.
Okay.
Actually, 3 trees up year round.
And then you put like hearts on it Valentine's Day.
No, they're all. Mantle still got green here on the lights. I mean, you flip it on. You come in my house, you think it's December.
Are the presents still there?
No, I didn't get too many presents. That's okay. My man's in the house, Kevin Harmon, talking UT Sports here on the Tom Tover Sports Show. We'll talk about this Josh Smith story coming up in a minute. Football recruiting. What's going on with the? I want to get his take too in a few minutes about this this camp that Lane Kiffin's put together down in Florida Atlantic, including the UT coaches and Michigan and all that. We'll get to that in a second, but. What's the latest on Tennessee football?
Well, the recruiting, we got the Warren kid last week, who's the son of James Warren. He's a tight end out of Farragut High School, and he's a legacy. And it's a nice pickup. And the big thing in recruiting is Tennessee's Shaq Wiggins, who went to Mississippi State to take an official visit, and the Vols thought they might lose him. He was actually on campus and getting ready to enroll, which means that there's one of your cornerbacks that will play this year and play a lot, which is a big pickup for Tennessee. We need some shutdown corners, and he's going to be one. But recruiting Tennessee's got a lot of momentum right now in recruiting, and they've got some players out there that are getting ready to announce. The big one being DeAndre Lideker, the defensive tackle, the 4-star defensive tackle out of Middle Tennessee, who was thought to be leaning heavily towards the Vols, which will give Vols another really nice, with Brett Lawless, another nice defensive tackle pickup. And I am the fact that if you have linemen, you can win. You can win with linemen. Sure. Your running backs become better. Your quarterback has time.
Got to have the hogs.
You good defensive linemen keep blockers off your linebackers so they can make plays. You cannot have enough linemen.
We're talking to Kevin Harmon again, the UT Sports Update. So, you look at this team, and, you made a great point a couple of weeks ago on your normal Thursday visit that Tennessee's now, because of Butch Jones and the recruiting efforts, they're now in on guys. Earlier when he first got there, taking over from Dooley and Kiffin, they were going after guys that ended up going to Ohio University and Western Kentucky, and nothing wrong with that. I'm not putting those schools down, but Tennessee's an elite program, so now they're in on guys that are considering Tennessee, Ohio State, Alabama, Florida State. So they ramped it up as far as the caliber or quality of the student athlete, and that's just, you can't go wrong getting.
Well, you have to recruit those kids.
Sure, absolutely.
You have to recruit the high-name kids, and a lot of people get lost in the stars. If he's a 3-star, 4-star, or whatever. But what you need to do is look at who's offering this kid. If Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, Florida State, Florida, Auburn are offering these kids, that means something. So that's who the kids, the quality of the kids that Tennessee's getting are kids with a lot of good offers.
We're talking to our buddy Kevin Harmon again. So we got the SEC meetings going on. Tell me about that.
Well, that's where they go. I think they meet in Birmingham, and then you have the meetings right before school. The season starts down in Destin, and just to pass rules and get things like that going. And the big deal was going to be Florida has got a graduate transfer, Malik Zaire, who's coming and graduated with Notre Dame, and now he wants to play a year at Florida. But the rules have to be sort of adjusted for him to be able to come in, which means that the member schools have to vote whether we can adjust these rules, which means that Tennessee and Georgia and South Carolina will be voting to see if Florida can have this guy quarterback, which it ought to be an interesting thing to watch.
Now, if he doesn't, I've got the story right here. If the SEC says no to this guy, Malik Zaire,
right,
quarterback Notre Dame, wants to come to Florida, former Notre Dame starter. If they say no, he seems likely to be heading to Texas.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be a game changer. If he fits the bill, he could have beaten out Deshaun Kaiser last season, but at Texas or Florida, he would at least be quality depth at a quarterback position for those two schools. They got a vote on him, and so that's item number 1 of the SEC meetings. Item number 2 is alcohol in the stadiums. It's coming. Booze being sold to the general public in stadiums. It's revenue. It's big money. Texas now serves alcohol to the public. So, I'm totally against that because I'm a teetotaler, but I guess it is what it is.
Well, the thinking is that, they drink before the game at tailgate parties, and maybe if you serve it now in the stadium, you not only sell it, but they'll drink less. But bottom line is they're still going to drink, and there's really not much you can do about that. And you don't want people getting on the road driving drunk. And it's something that needs to be somehow controlled, and I'm not sure what the answer is, but it'll be kind of weird if they're selling alcohol at Neyland Stadium. That's something I'm not used to, and I'm not really for.
No, I'm not for.
So,
I'll tell you, I'm not for.
my big deal is keep plenty of ice and Cokes on hand and water.
Bottled water.
There's too many games I've been to where we've run out of that stuff, and you go to get a glass of water or a bottle of water at halftime, and you can't because they're out.
Yeah.
They bigger fish to fry than bringing beer into the stadium.
We're live at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings, North Johnson City. Speaking of good things to drink, got the tea here. You've got the frosted lemonade. You've got the watermelon mint lemonade, the summertime drink. Got the peach milkshakes. All that going on.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn to the SEC East. That's being batted
I like
around.
that idea. Yeah, well, it makes sense.
Missouri goes to the west. Auburn comes to the east. What do you think?
Well, it makes sense. The only drawback is the Auburn-Alabama series, which Alabama and Auburn, I'm sure, would make it a yearly thing, which would then knock Tennessee out of playing Alabama every year. But it only makes sense that Auburn should be in the east and Missouri should be in the west because that's where they are.
Right.
And it just makes I know what they did is they had to when they got Missouri and Texas A&M. Well, one had to go to the east, one had to go to the west. Well, it only makes sense that A&M goes to the west because they are the furthest west. And if you've been out there, it's west. And but Missouri should be in the west. And they say, if you're going to do it geographically, yeah. If not, go back to 12 teams and go at it. But the SEC championship is so lucrative, they're never going to do that. So.
Well, the East hasn't won a conference title since 2008. So that's been, 7 years?
Yeah. Neither is anybody but Alabama, to be honest with you.
So, anyway, talk is, and part of we'll talk about some of the topics at the SEC meetings this week in Destin, Florida. And one of those is to consider, I guess it'll be a kind of a stepping stone kind of situation, but consideration talks now about moving Auburn to the SEC East and putting Missouri in the SEC West.
Well, you've got the AD director, the football coach, and Pat Dye have come out in favor of it. And Pat Dye is a big shaker mover at Auburn.
Yeah.
And his whole thing is Alabama should not dictate what we do as a school. And, it'll be interesting to watch.
Another topic for the SEC meeting is a new home for the SEC baseball tournament. They've been keeping it in Hoover, Alabama for years. Now they're talking about moving it around a little bit or getting a more neutral location. So we'll see how that goes. That would be, that'd be cool. And I say this and everybody will giggle, but you got 4 big league ballparks sitting here in the Tri-Cities. And, Astros Park in Greenville is primo. Of course, it was built for a Sally League franchise, and it's used by the Greenville Astros. You've got, of course, Cardinal Park, Hunter Wright Stadium. You've got O'Brien Field and Elizabeth, but I would think,
Well, the Smoky Stadium.
Smoky Stadium,
it may be empty here soon because the rumor is that Smoky's going back to Knoxville.
Going back to K-Town.
But, you also have to have hotel rooms, and you got to have the whole 9 yards. And, I don't think you'll see a town like Greenville or Johnson City get that tournament. But
it's just food for thought.
It is food for thought. There's nothing. And Greenville has a great stadium, and Kingsport's got a nice stadium, and they've done a lot of good things in Johnson City. But Hoover, Alabama, I don't know much about it, but I don't think in baseball you really get a real home field advantage in college. The better team's going to win typically. SEC's competition is so tough. LSU won it this year. Alabama or Auburn wasn't even in the final 2. It was LSU and Mississippi State. I can't remember who the runner-up was, but Arkansas. Yeah. So it didn't really matter this year, but there's tons of stadium. Lindsey Nelson's a nice stadium for that matter. So we'll see.
Back to college football. One more topic, and then we'll talk about the Predators. In the spring meetings yesterday in Destin, Florida, the athletic director for the Texas A&M Aggies, Scott Woodward, has come out and said, quote, "Heat's on him. The coach, someone knows he has to win." He has to win this year. He has to do better than he's done in the past. So now it's very obvious that the Texas A&M supporters are not happy. Sumlin has posted 3 straight 8-5 seasons, a 9-4 season in 2013, followed by 3 consecutive 8-5 finishes. And of course, the athletic director said the 1-4 finish last year in the last 5 games, quote, extremely disappointing. And so Woodward says, quote, it doesn't come up to an objective data reading of wins and losses. I have all the confidence in the world coach is going to get it done and get it done in a big way. By the way, someone has a 10. Does he care? I guess he cares to a point, but the guy's got a $10 million buyout. 10, if he gets fired as the head coach of Texas A&M today, they're going to write you a check or begin writing you checks to equate $10 million. So obviously these guys are very competitive, and obviously they have a lot of pride.
Well, obviously, yeah, he doesn't want to lose his job.
Well, no, but at the end of the day, the guy's going to make $10 million. They fire him. I mean, I don't want to get fired either, but, you know, if I got canned from this job and somebody's going to start writing me checks to equate $10 million, I think that'll.
Well,
kinda
that's
cover
not
the
going
area.
to slow him down any.
No.
His problem is he ends the year with LSU and Alabama and some other schools that are traditionally very tough, and they've been hurt going into those games. He starts every year 5-6-0, and then he loses it at the end, and I think that's what got the fan base. 8-5 is not a great record, but that's a great school, great tradition. It's a little different. I went to the game this year with Tennessee, and very hospitable. They hate Texas, and that's why I think why they came to the SEC to get away from Texas. But they're an SEC caliber school.
Well, my point is, you're right on all those points. I was poking fun and you missed it, but my point was the guy gets canned, he's making $10 million.
He has a safety net, that's for sure.
He may bruise his ego if he gets fired, but the guy's not going to be he's not going to be in the food line making $10 million buyout, which I think is nuts. Why would a school, when you got a 50-50 shot of you not producing and something going wrong, and you're dealing with 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, so there's a 50-50 shot you're going to not be successful. And so they cut him a check. Work him a deal. So if he gets fired, $10 million. So.
Well, he was usually successful at the University. I think it was Houston, and he came over from Houston, and to get him to come there, it was that was one of the caveats they threw at him. So why wouldn't you sign it?
Well, that's true. You're still missing my point, but
I know your point. He's got a big time safety net.
If the guy's going to get paid $200,000, that's chump change in coaching ranks. $10 million if I get canned? No, I don't want to get canned. I'm a competitor. But my point is, he said if he does get canned. What was the guy, Charlie Weiss? He's been getting checks from Notre Dame. He got canned there and he's been getting payouts. They just finished paying this guy off this year. He's been getting $2 million a year from Notre Dame to pay off his buyout contract. And then he went to Kansas and got fired, and they were paying him. This guy's getting double dips. And, jokes on the schools, not on the guy. If I can cut a deal and have that, I would do the same.
We need to be football coaches.
Yeah. All right, what's going on? Again, we're talking to Kevin Harmon, UT Sports Update. Karen Hubbs here. Going to talk about the Goose Chase coming up here in a second. What is going on here with this wide receiver, Josh Smith, for Tennessee, seeking $875,000 as his roommate for compensatory and punitive damages? They got in a fight. They were drinking. That's your first thing. They got in a fight on Cinco de Mayo. I don't know why that's important, but that's part of the story.
I guess that's the reason they were drinking.
So, anyway, they got in a fight on that day. I don't know why that's pertinent to the story, but they did. So, the roommates have been drinking on May 5th. Foster, reportedly, which is his teammate, Kennedy Foster, who was his roommate, rather, goes into the bathroom. Smith kicks the door down after trying to check on his roommate. Roommates then began to fight. Smith was arrested as the primary aggressor in the fight. Foster suffered a broken nose, broken teeth, as well as damage to his right ear and one of his eyes after Smith allegedly kicked him in the face multiple times. Smith family disputing the facts of the alleged incident. Somebody's lying, and you got roommates that get in the fight because they've been drinking. He kicks the door down and apparently broke his nose, broke his teeth, damaged his ear, busted up one of his eyes. Something don't add up here. So is Josh Smith which is really a goofy question to ask you, but is he a key player for Tennessee football or not?
He's a wide receiver. Yeah, he's a starter.
All right.
He's not the number one wide receiver. Juwan Jennings will be, but I don't know what to read into that. It sounds like a cash grab. And it depends on which side you listen to. But basically, he's come out and said, "You pay me $875,000, or I'm going to sue for $3 million. And evidently, this kid works for Josh Smith's dad.
Yep.
And the Smiths kept him on. It's just, we'll see what happens. It'll come out in the wash, I guess.
Fishy.
But,
fishy.
You drink, you're in school, and, stupid stuff happens. And it's just a shame. And
Jason Hodges, thank you.
I think that he locked himself in the bathroom and wouldn't come out, and his roommate was worried for him. And I don't know why you would kick or if you're worried about him and he opens the door to get you out, that you start a fight. I just,
there's more.
I've been
to the story. I promise you.
There's something. I've heard rumors about it involves a girl.
I was getting ready to say.
Who knows?
I'll bet you when it's all said and done, there's a Fraulein involved.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on that one. There's been no report from the Tennessee coaching staff. Nothing much has been said about it so far. It's kind of hush-hush. I think they were looking into it. That's always the pat answer to any internal investigation. So anyway, before I let you go, I know Karen's ready to roll, and I know you got to get trucking. So let's talk on the ice tonight. Game 2. Predators up 3 goals the other night. Couldn't finish them off. Penguins come back and beat them 5-3. Game.
Well, they were down
tonight.
3 goals.
Yeah, the Penguins were.
The Penguins were up 3-0 over the Predators. And the Predators came back and tied the game.
You know what I said?
No.
I didn't say it right. I'm sorry.
You said the Pens were
up,
down 3
I'm
games.
sorry. Predators were down 3-0.
Yeah.
They came back and tied it up 3-3, and the Penguins got 2 more. My bad. I had the right idea, said it wrong. See, when he gets me, it makes me nervous. I don't know why. I just get a little jittery.
Well, they shut them down. They didn't give them any shots in the second period, and halfway through the third, from what I remember, they had the unfortunate. You had 2 big turning points to me. The goal that was wiped off,
right,
did not look like it needed to be wiped off, because that was the film that I saw. You had the referee standing right there, and the issue was, did his foot come up or not? And you couldn't tell from that film. It's inconclusive evidence. They should have let it stand, but they didn't. And that changed the whole tenor. At that point, it seemed like the Predators were attacking and had the aggressive side. And after that, then boom. Then your third goal for the Penguins is a deflection off of one of the Predator defensemen into the goal. And it just defeated them. But then they come back. I mean, it was the Predators outplayed them and lost. Which good teams do. You find a way to win.
Can they win tonight?
Yeah, they can win tonight. Right.
Can they win the series? Can they win
the series? That'd be great.
I
mean, there'll be catfish all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, you did see that, right?
Guy throws a catfish out on the.
Did you read the story how he got into the stadium?
Give me 30 seconds.
He actually shrink wraps it. He guts it, the fish, shrink wraps it to his crotch, walks into the stadium, and then he finds some Predators fan who give him a snapshot of their ticket so he can go down to where they are, and then he can get close enough and throw it on the ice.
This is pretty
because in Pittsburgh they know that this is a tradition in Nashville, so all the fish markets are IDing customers to make sure that they don't buy catfish and throw on the ice. So it's a whale of a story.
So this guy,
this guy perched himself
right
on the edge of the sea.
He ties a catfish to his crotch.
Yeah.
Takes and sneaks it in.
And he sprays Old Spice on it so it doesn't smell. So like Old Spice doesn't smell.
I got you. This guy's sitting there the whole time watching this Stanley Cup playoff with a fish tied to his crotch and Old Spice on the fish that doesn't stink. So people don't know he's got a fish on it.
That's exactly right.
And then he gets down where he can and throws the fish on the ice, knowing full well he's going to get arrested because the place is swarming with security. And he did.
He did. Even Peter wrote it. Did you read the Peter letter? About, Penguins did the right thing and because these fish have feelings. And
you're lying.
No, read the letter. It's on the internet.
Peter upset because the catfish has feelings?
Yes, they have feelings. They feel pain.
They feel pain because he was Velcroed to his crotch, or they feel pain because he got thrown out on the ice?
Well, it was a dead fish. He had taken the spine out of the fish so that it was more limber that he could get it in the stadium undetected. And I don't know if I'm Old Spice that I want to know that my smell will eliminate fish odor.
If I'm Old Spice, I'm suing somebody. I'm upset because you've.
And then Peter writes a letter. Then of course the mayor of Nashville's like, it's no big deal. Even the mayor of Pittsburgh comes out and says, not a big deal, but it's a whale of a story.
We're surrounded by crazy people out there. So
you got to give the guy. I didn't know it was a tradition. The first thing I heard about is why would you throw a catfish on the ice? Evidently, it's a tradition in Nashville. The game I went to, I don't remember them throwing catfish on the ice.
Okay, so
I don't know. You know how something like that gets started.
here's a question. I'll play. Whether it's in Nashville or Ottawa or Calgary or wherever, why would anybody throw a catfish? I mean, what does it represent? What's the point?
I don't know.
Okay. On that note,
I don't
the
know.
man's gone. Century 21 Legacy Realty.
Century 21 Legacy Realty.
943-15-1567. This guy's moving property.
Let's do it.
You're rocking and rolling.
I am.
See you next week.
Yes.
Regular day.
Should be. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'm gone. He's gone. Karen Hubbs joins us next.
I met Louie's daughter.
Met Louie's daughter.
Yep.
Louie Leach's daughter.
Louie
the
Leach's
CEO.
daughter.
Yep.
And she is
She's awesome.
a great ambassador for Chick-Fil-A.
Yes, she is. We're talking about
Yeah,
you.
she is.
She knew
We're
that,
talking
too.
about it, yeah.
She knew we were talking about her. Yeah, she heard.
Got a great smile.
There you go. I'm gone. You
She's
gone?
great customer service. Yep, I'm
Going
gone.
to the break. We'll be right back. We're live here at Chick-fil-A. Karen Hubbs joins us next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
Back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Here we are, and there she is. Look at her. Look, grinning like a fox in the hen house. Birthday today is Clint Eastwood, 87.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, Kevin was supposed to do a Clint Eastwood line.
I've already forgot the line.
Huh?
What is it? Make my day. Oh, make my day.
Make my day. That's one of them. But we're thinking about the cowboy movies, and living ain't much like dying, I believe is what he said.
I can't do it.
See, and he wouldn't do it. He gets over here, and he's rattling off about 15, and you couldn't remember, and I couldn't remember. I said, because he's wired anyway. He's always wired. But love the guy. Did a great job as always, and this lady does too. The goosechase.org. You see it right there on the screen, and we've got two big events to talk. Let's chronologically start with number one coming up. Be Saturday, right?
Yep.
It's coming Saturday,
Just
June
3
3rd.
days. 3 days, yes. It is Turkeys and Training Kids Clinic, and it's a kids clinic for K through 5th grade. We're having a variety of groups from the community, such as the Wellness Center in Johnson City, a couple running groups, Johnson City Run Club, Tri-Cities Turtles, the Health Department, Appalachian Orthopedics. Who else is helping us? Tennessee Coordinated School Health. And I think there's one more, and I've forgotten. I'm so bad. Oh, the ETSU Olympic Training Center will be helping us. And each of the groups are taking an hour, and they're talking about everything from pacing to stride and nutrition and strength training. And Chick-Fil-A is providing lunch for us, and so we're very thankful for Connie and the whole team here. And so it's going to be a good day, and everyone will get a T-shirt and lunch, and it's a full day. So 8:30 to 2:30. If you want to go to the Blue Plum, parents, and want to some babysitting, just drop them off, and we can teach them some running things, and you can go have fun at Blue Plum, or you can take them with you. But it's just a babysitting option. My plug, shameless plug.
She's a plugging machine too. She's always like to promote what's going on. That's why we have her on as often as we can. And so this will be physically located where?
At Kermit Tipton Stadium at St. Seal. It's where the Big Toppers play football. And I think your next Jeff Bedard, I think his son was a major player at Kermit Tipton. So
yes. In fact, the field house is named after Blue Lizard.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, he'll be with us coming up next from Blue Lizard, the CEO, the Big Daddy Rabbit. So can't wait to have him on. I haven't had him on in a long time. So, yep, Blue Lizard, a great sponsor. So it will be at Kermit Tipton Stadium. Is there cost involved?
$10.
$10.
But again, you get a T-shirt and
lunch.
It's free coaching and yes, lunch from Chick-Fil-A.
Yep, can't beat it. So,
yeah.
That's coming up again on Saturday.
It is.
Registration is to go to the goosechase.org, right?
Yes,
or turkeysandtraining.com.
Yes, which is the same website, but we had to put brand a name.
turkeysandtraining.com. So if you get a chance to take that in, that's coming up on Saturday. We're talking to Karen Hubbs from goosechase.org, and then coming up on June the 7th is the Downtown Mile. Tell me about that.
Well, Monday and Wednesday are two special days if you're a runner. Many people probably don't know this, but National Running Day is on Monday, the 5th, and the Global Running Day is on the 7th. So both of these events is celebrating the art and sport of running. And we'll start out with the kids, and then we're going to end up with the Downtown Mile. It's going to be downtown Johnson City. The start and finish is at Main Street. Post-event will be at Yeehaw Brewery. They're the title sponsor. And then we have 3 races, a kids race, which is just a little under a mile because it's for 10 and under. And then an open race for anybody. Me and you, Connie, the whole gang can be in the open race.
There we go.
And then we are having an elite race, and Fleet Feet is the sponsor of that. So it's the Fleet Feet Elite. And we are looking for the fastest runners in the Tri-Cities, but also in the southeast of the United States. We have individuals coming in from Knoxville and all over to come and try to see who can win. And there's actually prize money. So the first male and the first female will receive $200, second place $100, and third place $50. And so I think we're like one of the only races that do both sides of the gender spectrum. I think some other races only do the top people, but we're doing both male and females. Yep.
Sure. That's good stuff. Again, coming up on the 7th, the Goose Chase. Let me put this up here, by the way. The Goose Chase presents something terrible. I do this every time. Goose Chase presents the Downtown Mile, and I'm not even centered up right, am I?
But they can follow us on Facebook, Instagram. We celebrate, like I said, running. So we have a hashtag #WhyIRunJC, and so you can, if you want to put on a piece of paper why you run, post it, we'll tag it, put it on our website. We have some signs that people are doing in Johnson City and different things, but it's going to be a great event, and we just want to celebrate the sport of running.
Absolutely. That's coming up on June the 7th. Hard to believe, but today's the last day of May, so June 1st is tomorrow, and Saturday is the Turkeys and Training Kids Clinic, and then next week, as we said, June the 7th, which would be on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Next Wednesday a week from
Yeah.
today
But-
is the downtown mile.
You mentioned May the 31st.
Yes.
Well, in all races, there's a price increase just to get people encouraged to register for things. And our price increase for most of our races is tomorrow. It's not at midnight. So if you want to do the Bluegrass Half Marathon or the Goliath at the Gorge, which is like a Spartan or Tough Mudder, or many of our other 5K races, a lot of those price increases happen at midnight tonight. So if you plan on doing the Bluegrass or the Goliath, especially those two because they're the most expensive two races we do, go today and register. Save some money.
So
Don't wait.
When are those events? Chronologically, what's the dates?
Bluegrass is September 24th. It's on a Sunday. And then the Goliath at the Gorge, which is it's Northeast Tennessee's toughest race at the River Gorge. And it's part of their Family Fun Activity Day or Family Fall Activity Day where they do train rides and different things throughout the gorge. It's beautiful. That's on October 14th.
Okay, so got a ways off, September and October, but if you want to be a part of it, you need to go to goosechase.org today before midnight and get registered.
You
Save
can register
some money.
tomorrow, but you're going to pay more money.
Pay more money. So if you want to save a little bit and the old billfold, get
Yeah.
on there before midnight, goosechase.org, and get signed up. And those two races continue to grow. This is the first time event here.
It is, both of those events.
So we're looking forward to seeing how things go, and she probably in your brain's got to, if we get to this point, it's going to be, a success. So we want as many people involved in these two events as possible.
And
Saturday and Wednesday.
if you can't run, we have got some, it's a party. So we want people to come out and cheer these runners on. We'd love to line the whole downtown Johnson City on the course just to cheer the runners on. But it should be a fun time.
Yep. And then you've got one more event you want to push. She is a marketing machine here. Check this out. There we go. Let's get this up a little closer. This is the Scienceville Boys and Girls Soccer Golf Tournament, Swing for Soccer. I'm not doing this right. August the 12th. There we go. August the 12th, Buffalo Valley Golf Course. On Saturday starts at 8:30. Supporting Scienceville Boys and Girls Soccer. Of course, the boys went to the state tournament, got into the semifinals with Coach Strickland. Boys play in the fall, spring rather. Girls play in the fall. So. This is a chance to raise some money, have a good time, Buffalo Valley. Talk about it.
Well, we do a lot of races, as you know, as we talk about all the time, but we actually are an event production company, so we do other things besides just racing. And Science Hill Soccer Booster Club hired us to manage the soccer tournament. It's a fundraiser for their program. As you know, several of the high school sports are non-generating. They call them non-generating sports or non-revenue generating sports, and this happens to be one of them. And they all need money because they travel and they got to get uniforms, they got to get soccer balls and goals and different things. And so the families of these kids go out and try to raise money, and they're tired of selling cookie dough and all those little things, and so they're going to do a golf tournament, and it's at Buffalo Valley on August the 12th. And we're looking for T-box sponsors, we're looking for main sponsors, and also just players. And we got some really cool things. Champion Chevrolet's going to give away a car to a hole-in-one winner, and we have the Carefree Boat Club that's going to give a year-long membership to their boat club, and so we got some neat things coming up.
They will give away a car.
Champion Chevrolet. If you get a hole-in-one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So we'll be a champion tomorrow, of course, broadcasting, and one of our great sponsors. #1 Chevy dealer in the state. So you always get a chance to plug him too. And Friday will be at Food City in Elizabethton, so it just keeps on keeping on. It is the goosechase.org. There's all kinds of things going on. Before I let you go, push the big one, the diamond, of course, of all the events you do, and that's the turkey trot.
That's the turkey trot. We meet all the time on the turkey trot. It's funny, it's a year-long process, and people don't realize that. They think we just go out and have it, but when you're entertaining 4,000 plus people, it's a lot of planning involved, and we're determining the logo and the design of the t-shirt now and the marketing, which I think you'll be pretty pleased with. I missed the meeting yesterday because I had a little Memorial Day vacation, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great event, and the turkey trot, to me, it's not just a race. It's a memory. It's a tradition by many, and you see people, you only see them one time a year, you see them at the turkey trot, and it's just a heart, like a little warm, fuzzy feeling of having an event,
And it's coming up, obviously, Thanksgiving morning. We'll have lots to say about that between now and then, but again, the goosechase.org. Now, is there a fee for it, too?
Yes.
So you need to register for that tonight too.
Yeah, you can. Oh, I actually can't.
Can't yet?
You can't. We have not launched that because that's our last race of the year, and we're still trying to tweak some stuff as far as different things. But the price will increase for a while for that, so you're fine there. But yeah,
the other races, get on there today and get registered. The Goose Chase for the Bluegrass, and also for the race in the Gorge too. So good stuff. You're awesome.
Well, you're awesome.
I love having this lady on the show, and I always get good feedback when I do. So
Yeah.
people like to listen to hear this young lady because look at her, she's always smiling,
Oh, well, thank
upbeat, and vivacious. So good stuff. Now you got to do that Clint Eastwood. What he did?
Well, see, you've already forgotten it too.
Living ain't dying. Living ain't dying.
Now he has a much better Clint Eastwood voice.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Living ain't dying. Oh no, you said make my day.
Make my day.
There you
See,
go.
you're closer than me.
I love this lady. You gonna come back in a couple of weeks?
Yes.
All right, get you back in here as soon as we possibly
Yes.
can. You're awesome. Thank you.
Thank
dear.
you, Tom.
Yeah.
Bye.
Look up there and wave at him. She's a sweetheart. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live at Chick-Fil-A on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Coming up next, we'll take a look at Major League Baseball.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the crossings in North Johnson City.
The deals are heating up for Truck Month at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. Over 300 new Chevys to choose from, all with incredible savings. $11,000 off MSRP on 16 Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. Check out the savings online at championjc.com. 16 Silverado Crew Cab, $33,685. 16 Track, $17,460. 16 Equinox, $21,615. 16 Traverse, $27,365. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show coming up in a few minutes. Jeff Bedard's going to join us, the CEO of Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen. I love it. Let's run down Major League Baseball real quick. We'll take a break and bring Jeff on. Last night of the bigs in the National League, Arizona shuts out Pittsburgh 3-0. Dodgers beat the Cardinals 9-4. Toronto beat the Reds again 6-4. Seattle over Colorado 10-4. Miami beat Philadelphia 7-2. Mets 5, Milwaukee 4-12. It was the Cubbies losing. San Diego got them in San Diego 6-2. The Braves lose last night 9-3. Big Albert Albert Pujols goes deep for number 599. Up next, or he's going to hit the 600 club, obviously. But coming up next on the list is Sammy Sosa with 609. But Pujols goes deep. Angels beat the Braves 9-3. San Diego beat the Cubbies 6-2. And the Nationals on the left coast, Washington defeats San Francisco 6-3. In the American League, Cleveland beat Oakland 9-4. Yankees get Baltimore again. This time it's 8-3. Texas defeated Tampa Bay 9-5. Red Sox over the White Sox in Chicago 13-7. Houston beat Minnesota 7-2. Kansas City shuts out Detroit 1-0. Here's your schedule. First off, of the National day game. We'll try and give you an update on this one. It'll be starting about an hour from now. Arizona at Pittsburgh. Also Cincinnati at Toronto, Philadelphia and Miami. These are all day games. The Cubs and San Diego. Under the lights tonight, Milwaukee and New York. The Dodgers in St. Louis. Jaime Garcia and the Braves will be in L.A. to battle the Angels. Colorado plays at Seattle. And Washington with Max Scherzer on the mound in San Francisco to battle the Giants in a late-night game. In the American League, you have Houston at Minnesota, Oakland at Cleveland. You've got the Yankees at Baltimore, Tampa Bay at Texas, Boston at Chicago. Detroit will be at Kansas City. So the getaway game is today, or actually there is no game tomorrow for Detroit. So Friday night will be Daniel Norris's next start, and so we'll see who will be pitching against. They're playing in Kansas City tonight, and again Colorado plays at Seattle. Baseball regionals, college baseball. Run them down for you. There's going to be in Chapel Hill coming up on Friday. Michigan, Florida Gulf Coast, North Carolina, Davidson. In Winston-Salem, Maryland, West Virginia, Wake Forest, and UMBC. In Lexington, Kentucky, the Wildcats will take on the Ohio Bobcats, and North Carolina State battles Indiana. In Louisville, the Cardinals, the host team, they'll play Radford. Xavier takes on Oklahoma. In Clemson, the Tigers will take on UNC Greensboro. St. John's will battle Vanderbilt. In Florida, the Gators will be the host school. They'll play Marist, and Bethune-Cookman takes on South Florida. In Tallahassee, Florida State, the Seminoles, the host school. They'll play Tennessee Tech, and Auburn takes on Central Florida. In Hattiesburg, Southern Mississippi is your host school, taking on UIC, and South Alabama battles Mississippi State. In Baton Rouge, Louisiana, LSU is your host team. They'll take on Texas Southern. And the other side of the equation is Southeastern Louisiana and the Rice Owls. In Arkansas, Razorbacks your host school. They'll take on Oral Roberts. Oklahoma State battles Missouri State. In Fort Worth, Texas, TCU is your host school, taking on CCSU. And Dallas Baptist will be on the other side of the equation, battling Virginia. In Houston, the Cougars will host Iowa, and Texas A&M will play Baylor. In Lubbock, Texas, it'll be Sam Houston State and Arizona in the host school. The Texas Tech Red Raiders will battle Delaware. In Oregon State, the number one seed going into the college baseball tournament, the best of three, they will play Holy Cross. And Yale battles Nebraska. In Long Beach, California, Long Beach State, your host school, takes on San Diego State. On the other side of the equation, UCLA and Texas. And Stanford, that one starts tomorrow. Stanford takes on Sacramento State. And BYU and Cal State in that equation, on that four-team rotation in Stanford, California. And that is a look at college baseball. College softball, the double elimination, that starts tomorrow at noon. Florida takes on Texas A&M. UCLA's ladies battle LSU. Oregon's ladies take on Washington. And the Oklahoma Lady Sooners battle the Baylor Lady Bears. And so that is a look at baseball, Major League Baseball, college baseball, and also baseball or softball as well. Quick break. We'll be right back. He's here. Can't wait. The CEO of Blue Lizard, Jeff Bedard. Great guy, great ambassador of his community. We'll take a break. He joins us next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 529. They said it wouldn't last. We'll be right back right after this, talking right here. Blue Lizard, here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance.
We're back again. I want to get in and get this gentleman on because I know he is, he's busy. He stays hopping. He is the CEO of Blue Lizard. Our buddy Jeff Bedard here again. We're tickled to death to have him. Here it is, Blue Lizard. Got mine. This is the one, by the way, it's sport, water resistant. You're going to be out in the pool, be in the lake, be in whatever you're doing, fishing, swimming, canoeing, kayaking, whatever. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen made right here in Northeast or East Tennessee in Johnson City. All right, we'll make sure I got first off, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
I love this guy. Appreciate all he does. And you're going to hear about some great things he's doing here in a few minutes. Am I still right in saying it's at one point when you gave me the tour of the renovation, the 11th fastest growing small business in America? Is that right? Or is it
that was correct, and I think this year in August we'll have an announcement that it's going to be even faster.
There we go. I mean, and you know, when I travel places, this is everywhere, Blue Lizard. So it's made right here in East Tennessee. So let's talk. You're dialed into sports, Major League Baseball, the PGA Tour, minor league baseball. Tell us about some of the places you can see and hear about Blue Lizard.
Well, and first, thanks for having me, Tom. This is an absolute honor to be on your show. I enjoyed seeing you all the time. So, you know, with outdoor activity and the fact that Blue Lizard's heritage is in Australia, and you think about Australia, lack ozone layer, all the things that go into protecting the skin. 2/3 of the population of Australia have skin cancer, so they are serious about sun protection. We test for 240 minutes in whirlpool hot water. The U.S. standards are 80 minutes in still water. So when you want a robust, active product, Blue Lizard's really a great choice. That lends to a lot of sports activities. So we're involved this year in so many things, and that's why I'm on the road so much. Major League Baseball, we got the Chicago Cubs. Minor League Baseball, we're going to do a program with American Cancer Society here in a couple weeks where every minor league baseball team is going to play a day game. They're going to do a sun safety awareness program, and we're going to hand out sunscreen samples. With the WTA, they opened up a university-type setting in Orlando where they've got 40,000 tennis players coming through to clinics and schools, and we're the official sunscreen of that university down there for WTA and U.S. Tennis Association. And then with the PGA Tour, so we supply the sunscreen at all the major tour events. So we send down every weekend. We've got about 150 PGA players wearing the product. And actually, when Sergio Garcia put on the green jacket, he's a avid Blue Lizard user every week, and he won it wearing Blue Lizard that weekend. So that's just a few items that we've got going this summer. Needless to say, we're pretty active.
Cubs. Red Sox?
The Red Sox. So we just signed with the Boston Red Sox. So to go back in the early 2000s when Curt Schilling was pitching for them, we were the official sunscreen of the Shade Foundation, and through that the Boston Red Sox. So we've signed a 4-year agreement with the Boston Red Sox starting 2018.
Wow.
We'll be the official sunscreen of Fenway Park as well as their Fort Myers spring training location. Free sunscreen in all the restrooms at both locations. So if fans go in there, they forgot their sunscreen, they're going to go sit out in the bleachers or in the back. They put on some Blue Lizard, they get protected, and then we get to associate with a fantastic franchise.
So now you know why it's an honor for me to have him as a sponsor, because there's so many guys everywhere. In fact, I was watching the Cubs, I guess earlier in the season, the backdrop behind home plate, the big Blue Lizard. I thought, yes, it's made right here in East Tennessee. So we're talking to Jeff Bedard, the CEO, again, of Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen. The obvious, why Blue Lizard? There's a lot of them out there. What separates you from the competition?
Well, we talked a little bit about the water resistancy, right, and the formulations based on Australian standards. I think those are our major key components. But the biggest thing is we use natural minerals as protection. So there's a lot of great chemical absorbers that protect the skin, but if you want a natural product that's not going to irritate your skin, not going to cause sensitivity, that provides true all-day protection. So if you think about it, we're laying 1,000 or 1,000,000 mirrors on your skin, and those mirrors are reflecting the sun off. The way chemicals work is they take the light and they change it to heat. So if you have conditions like acne or rosacea, so there's really a therapeutic reason to use Blue Lizard where you wouldn't use a chemical product.
Awesome. There's no cue cards. This is coming because he's passionate about it. We're going to be down in fact, we're going to be at the plant on June 23rd. I want to save it to them. I want him to tell you, time won't permit it today because I know he's busy, but I want him to tell me how this all got. You're talking about a success story. You're talking about one of those slices of Americana, one of those Norman Rockwell stories, how he got from where he started, point A to point B, to now he's the CEO of Blue Lizard. It's an incredible story. We'll save that when we're down there on the 23rd. water resistant for 80 minutes. So folks want to be in the pool, as we said, fishing, kayaking, being around water in any way, shape, or form. This is the ticket right here. It's water resistant for 80 minutes. That's been tested, right?
Yeah. So we test for 240, but the FDA only allows you to say 80 minutes. So we're maxed out at what the label claim can be. But rest assured, we test for 240 minutes.
Dermatologists recommended zinc oxide formula. The cap, in fact, I did this driving over here. I put this up in the window for the sun to hit it. Cap turned blue, just like it says. The cap turns blue in UV light, so you know when the cap turns blue, you got to get this on. So, talk about sun protection a little bit. Tell us it is very dangerous. It can be in some cases unfortunately fatal if you get the right type of melanoma. So. Or the wrong type of melanoma, I guess. So talk to us about sun protection. What we got to have?
Well, this is really appropriate, too, because this is the last day of May, and May is Melanoma Awareness Month. So skin cancer is the fastest growing and the one cancer that kills more women between the ages of 18 and 30 than any form of cancer. So if you think about breast cancer and ovarian cancer and all those typical female cancers that impact them, skin cancer is the most impactful. Wow. And we really start to lay the seeds for skin cancers early in life. So one sunburn in your life increases your chance to get a skin cancer by 50%. And majority, if you think about this, the majority of our sun exposure happens between the time of birth to 18 years of age. If you think about all the playground recess time that we all miss, I wish I had recess at work. We're spending so much time outside in our youth. And protecting that child from a sunburn is the first step to protecting against skin cancer. And then annual skin checks with the dermatologist. And think about sun protection. The reason that cap turns blue is anytime UVA light is hitting the cap, you're getting enough to give you aging and burning opportunities and skin cancer opportunities. So year-round, that cap will turn blue. When it's 20 degrees outside, the sun's shining, you're still getting UVA rays. So it's a year-round, just like I shave typically every day, or I try. I put sunscreen on after I shave because I want to protect my skin and fight those skin cancer rays.
Cloudy days can get you too, right?
Absolutely. Some of the worst burns that people have are on cloudy days.
So I've never told you this in our talks, but my father got skin cancer. He used to lay out in the sun when I was a kid and bake. Just bake. And so sure enough, unfortunately, he got skin cancer. He had to graft skin off the back of his legs up onto his shoulders. And as a result of that, I watched that and I thought, I'm going to do whatever I got to do. So I started wearing these hats to protect my ears because earlobes, the top of your ears are very prone, aren't they?
They are. And another pearl, so most of men drive a car and their left side of their face is most impacted. So the left ear, if you want to be specific, is the most common place for a man to get skin cancer.
Which is the one right here when you're driving. It's
right, driving. So you think you're protected because your window's rolled up and you're driving down the road. So pilots, you think about that, the sun exposure through the light as well and the intensity.
You see on the screen, we're talking to Jeff Bedard, the CEO of Blue Lizard. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, Dave Angie joins us from the Johnson City Press. We'll talk a little sports and got lots going on about that coming up at the bottom of the hour. There's all kinds of. You've been following hockey? Been following the Predators?
Oh, I love the Preds. Let's hope they come back tonight and even the series.
Tied it up 3-3, and then Penguins got those last two to beat them 5-3. But yep, who would have thunk it? I mean, they gave them no chance against the Blackhawks or the Blues or even Anaheim, and there they are against the defending Stanley Cup champions. Then the NBA Finals crank up. What's your take on the Cavs or the Warriors? What do you think?
Well, it's going to be first time in history, three times in a row that the same teams have been in the finals. I have to tell you, I grew up an avid Boston Celtics fan, so I'm a little heartbroken from their performance against the Cavs. But it's going to be a great series, and it'll probably go down to Game 7. I don't see it being a short series.
I'm a Celtics guy too. Got an argument just over the weekend with a guy at a Memorial Day picnic concerning who was the greatest player, and I said, who do you think? I said, Larry Bird, the Birdman. And of course that just started a whole line of, but I said, hey, the Birdman was for me the best ever. The old Celtics, back in the day, McHale, Parrish, Bird, Danny Ainge, DJ Johnson, those boys Bill Walton, those guys could play.
I go back even further. Bill Russell, John Havlicek, JoJo White, Don Cheney.
I forgot about Don Cheney.
Yeah, they So the city I grew up in, Waterloo, Iowa, back when the NBA was sort of more a traveling circus than what it is now. And, these players, some of them, used to make maybe $500 a game, right, back in the 60s. Well, the Boston Celtics would come to Waterloo during the exhibition season, and I would get to see Bill Russell and JoJo White, and, all those guys that were legends when I was growing up.
Hondo Havlicek.
John Havlicek, Ohio State Buckeye, and one heck of a basketball player.
JoJo White, I forgot about Don Chaney. And then you had...
Paul Silas
Paul
was
Silas, number 35, Paul Silas.
Yep, absolutely. And Tommy Heinsohn, Don Nelson was a Celtic and an Iowa graduate.
Yeah,
so
I remember the numbers. And then you remember Pistol played up there too, right?
Yep, for a short period of time. Pistol Pete. Yep. Nate Archibald played there a little while. So they had some pretty good talent go through. Dave Cowens, the Florida State grad.
State guy, Big Red. He could play. Boy, he'd post up. He'd go get a rebound. He'd go get it.
Yes, he could, yeah.
Some great memories. Telling my age, but that's okay. So.
We're both about the same age, aren't we?
Yeah, but he looks younger because he uses this. How's that? That's good stuff. So before I let you go, I know you're busy. You have sport, and what are the other? You have baby.
So we have 4 formulations: face and sensitive. Yep. 2 of them are mineral only, and the face and the sport are a combination of mineral and organic absorbers.
It is an honor to have this gentleman on. I mean that with 100% sincerity because he's all over the place, literally travels all the time promoting the product. He has a young man that has 2 young men. I don't know Jake all that well, but I know Justin, and they both make their papa proud. And so give me the very latest on Justin.
So Justin is spending the summer out in Los Angeles working for a PR firm in Hollywood. His ultimate goal is to get into sports talent management, and he's in the Industrial Labor Relations School at Cornell University up in Ithaca, New York, and he's playing football. He was a quarterback here at Science Hill, but they moved him to middle linebacker, so now he's 6'1" and about 225 pounds, and so he's put 15 pounds on his freshman year, but it's not the freshman 15 typical of a lot of kids. It's muscle mass.
It's weight.
Yeah.
So he's linebacker now.
He is, and he was the only freshman that played in all 10 varsity games last year. So special teams mostly, but on the depth chart with the team. He's got 2 upperclassmen that are ahead of him this year, and barring no injuries, which I would never wish on anybody, he'll get a little bit of playing time, but he should see more of the field next year.
I can't even imagine what it feel like to get hit by Justin Medard like a runaway freight train, because he'll stick you, won't he?
Yeah. On the offensive side, he led with his shoulder running, and on the defensive side, he likes it too.
Great memories in quarterback because he just lowered that shoulder and just bull his way. And there's a couple of those ball games we covered 2 years ago that, actually 3 that I can remember, that Justin Medard just willed that team to victory. He just said, "Put them on my shoulders. We're going to do whatever it takes," and he was a champion. And you get Stacy Carter, the head coach at Science Hill, start talking about Justin Medard, and he almost gets tears in his eyes because it's just the fight and the grit. Not because you're sitting there. It's just what he said, and it's true. And he'll be a champion like his dad wherever he ends up. So he's in Hollywood this summer.
He's in Hollywood this summer, working for a PR firm, not getting paid a dime, but that's how you get a start, right? So you got to pay your dues. But
I need to get him on the show. I'd like to let him call in sometime, talk on the show.
We can arrange that for sure.
I would want to do that. Let him talk about how life is out there in Hollywood. I bet it's an opening experience, isn't it?
I sent him a text last night. I said, just don't spill the coffee on the first day.
You're awesome. This guy's awesome. Thank you.
All right.
We're going to be over there on the 23rd, coming to your
got
place.
It.
I love it.
All right.
Jeff Bedard, the CEO. Again, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We'll continue on, and we'll talk some hockey. We'll do that right after you hear this. We're live again, show number 529. Tomorrow will be at Champion Chevrolet. Friday will be at Food City in Elizabeth. And we'll be right back after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, right here at Chick-Fil-A, The Crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at FCA.org.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Chick-Fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE Master Technicians here. With the ratio, it goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop, so it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad-spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth.
We're back live with the Tom Phillips Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are here again at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City, and had to get a visit in with my man Jeff Bedar. We're going to be down there broadcasting live in a couple of weeks, and that's very, very cool, and we're excited about that. And telling you, you're talking about a success story. This guy gets it done, and it's incredible what he has accomplished. Again, starting from, I'm going to let him tell his story. We're down in a couple of weeks at the Blue Lizard plant here in Johnson City, and so there it is, Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen. Again, this is sport, water resistant for 80 minutes. Again, he says it's good up to 240 minutes, but the FDA says, hello, Steve Humphrey, how are you? Cherokee Barbershop, how you doing? Good? Well, life treating you good? Come over here. Come over and sit down. Talk to me for a minute. Yeah. Come over here. Won't keep you long. Sit down.
Promo.
Sit down.
Showtime.
Yep. There you go.
It's not a sport, but
there you go. He's on camera. You kind of know if you're around this guy very long, he likes the North Carolina State Wolfpack.
Go Wolfpack.
Go Pack. So
they're actually in the NCAA
Baseball
World Series right now. They're a 3 seed.
Yep. Yes, they are. I just read their name a few minutes ago. So tell me what's going on in your world. You getting ready for Showtime?
I am. We got Showtime. It's coming back for the first time in 7 years to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the city of Kingsport. And it's going to be July 7th, 8th, and 9th out at the Eastman. And we are busy getting ready. And I've got 2 kids now, so they're both going to be in the show. So it's going to be a family affair. So I'm busy trying to learn all the music and all the dances.
Sure. What role do you play? You're doing solos?
Solo auditions are this coming week, so we'll find out. I am.
Good.
I'm going to try out for a high falsetto 1950s number.
Cool. It's awesome.
Yeah.
See, she is, I just went totally blank. I can see her. Who's directing it?
Louise Bailey Dixon.
Thank you, Louise Bailey Dixon, and her husband Todd, and all the folks. So it's been kind of on the shelf for a couple of years, and bringing it back for the 100th anniversary, which is
celebrate the 100th
awesome.
Anniversary of Kingsport.
Yeah.
So we're doing a rendition, a revival of a show we did 17 years ago, and we're going to do songs from the 1900s all the way to present day, and then we'll throw some gospel in there to celebrate the spiritual richness of Tri-Cities, and we'll and some patriotic God Bless America.
Yep.
Which I know is one of your favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, I had the privilege. I don't know how many years it was. I guess I emceed it 2 or 3 years, maybe 3 or 4 years. I can't remember how long.
Those are my 2 kids.
There they are.
Okay, you guys want to be on camera? This is Caroline.
Hi, Caroline. There you are.
She's going to be in the show.
There she is.
And this is Garrett. He's going to dance in the boys' number.
There you go. Look there. Come in.
Wait, guys, you guys are on the internet.
Yeah, look up here. Can you look up here at the camera? There they are. Look
Garrett, and they both got done. Since this is a sports show, they both got. What sport did you guys just get done playing? In the
soccer.
That's
cool.
right.
So we were having lunch with Dad at Chick-Fil-A.
Yeah, I'm taking a class over at ETSU for a couple of weeks, so I came over to have lunch. Yes. All right, go get your ice cream. Garrett will help you.
There you go.
All right.
It's all good.
It's all good.
I'm glad you stopped by.
I'm glad I got to
I didn't know anything about Showtime, but I'll have to be able to watch it now.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got the privilege of MC it 3 or 4 times.
You did. Josh Smith's MCing this year from WJHL. And
yeah,
so we're doing shows all throughout the area. We've got a couple more coming, like for the Chamber of Commerce in Kingsport to promote the show. So we're doing these little mini shows this month all around the area to talk up. Since it's not really a Fun Fest event, but you could say it's going to kick off Fun Fest because all the block parties will follow right after that.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it.
Yep, looking forward to it.
The dates again are?
July 7th, 8th, and 9th.
There you go.
At the Eastman Employee Center. You can get tickets online.
Always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Good to see you,
Keep
Tom.
smiling. Yep, good job. Our buddy again, Steve Humphrey, stopped by here. Again, getting part of Ready for Showtime. It's going to be here before you know it. Holy smokes. That's good stuff there, I'm telling you. Always enjoy him being here and having a good time, and stop by when you can. Talk to us. Right here is where you can register for tickets for Thunder Valley National. Again, these are grandstand passes plus pit passes for your chance to win. Simply go TomTaylorSports.com/contest. We're giving away 10 pairs of tickets, $80 a ticket. We're talking $800 worth of money. We are giving, or not money, but $800 worth of tickets that the Dragways allowed us to give away, which is awesome. So it's all good, and we appreciate them very much being with us here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So go to TomTaylorSports.com/contest to get registered to win, and if you're lucky, we'll give them away. The 10 winners will be announced on June the 13th. Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, we were talking earlier about Albert Pujols going deep for $5.99 last night, and a 9-3 win over the Atlanta Braves. The all-time home run chart coming up next for Pujols is Sammy Sosa with 609. Of course, he has to hit number 600 to get that coveted 600 club mark. But again, Sosa at 609, Jim Tomei at 612, Ken Griffey Jr. at 630. So I think all those within reach of Pujols, who again hammered out $5.99 last night for the Los Angeles Angels, that 9-3 win over the Atlanta Braves from the left coast from yesterday and last night. Hey, we're going to be live at Food City. Oh no, he has brought it. Is she here?
She's here. She's on her way. I'm going to wait till the last segment, though, Tom.
Tension. This is tension.
Yeah, I'm not giving it away till I have to.
Yes. My man's in the house. Let's go ahead and put him up right here. Dave Angie, Johnson City Press. Here's the story. Inside of this is the coveted trophy. And so it's the passing of the trophy.
Yes, sir.
Live today here.
Yes, sir.
And it's kind of tough for you.
It's very hard, yeah. The rest of my family is eating chicken today, and I'm eating crow. I'm eating crow, and it's a tough day. And I told everybody, this trophy. When I was mathematically eliminated from that competition, I put it in this box. Hasn't come out since. So today's the first time it'll be out and handed over to the winner.
March Madness.
It is since March, yeah.
Now she's going to be on camera to receive this, right?
She is.
Yeah.
She's
all
excited.
She wants to do this, right?
Oh, she's ready.
Mama
She said, she said, why am I just going to let you hand it to me, in the privacy of of your home when I can let the world see it. You
Is
know?
that her?
Yes, it is.
That's her.
Yes, it is.
No wonder she's grinning like a Cheshire cat.
She is. She's grinning wider than I am at the moment. Put it that way.
So, again, to bring you up to speed what we're talking about, he has an in-family competition, for lack of a better term, over a coveted trophy during March Madness. They have a system they pick, and so you have been the recipient of this, and you've earned it for how many years in a row?
It was 3 in a row till this year. It was 3 in a row, and I was in contention this year, and then I lost it. And my mother won it from me, fair and square, you know. And I'd rather be here handing it to my mother than one of my brothers or my dad, you know, because it's just that'd be tougher. I mean, you know, I have a soft spot for my mom, as most people do, and you know, so it's not as difficult. But still, it's a tough day for me.
So if you were going to have to relinquish this to a brother or to a father, it'd be a little tougher.
Yeah, I don't think
they're going to wear you out.
It couldn't happen on camera. I wouldn't allow for that.
See, Mama's going to poke him. She'll poke him a little bit, but Mama's will back off.
Yeah.
But your dad and your brother's relentless.
No, it would be trouble. It would be trouble. You know, you would have yourself a viral video here if that were to happen. And I could make you no promises on.
It's no holes barred,
no,
baby.
Yes, sir. It would be.
Somebody would smart off and it'd be on, right?
You remember that old TBS studio where they did the WCW and somebody'd grab a microphone and they'd yell at each other and a fight would break out? And back in the old wrestling days, we would have.
I hate you and I hate you more. One
yeah,
of those.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember one of the old matches they had back then. You know, Texas Death Match or whatever those were. Yeah, back in the day, it would be trouble.
How you guys doing? Everything good? Are we holding down Yates and Nationwide is on your side? Yeah, everything good? These are good guys here. Look at them. This is feel like I'm getting ready to get jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. How's Mr. Yates doing? Good.
Garrett finished his first year at Johnson.
How'd he do? But he's there. He's going back, isn't he? Yeah. How are you? I got to call you, don't I? Forgot all. Yes, sir. I'll holler at you. Yeah, good to see you guys. Say hello to Garrett for me. Yeah, there's some guys from Nationwide Insurance here.
All right.
I'm supposed to call him. He wants to be on the show. Forgot all about it. He wants to be a sponsor.
I thought the bill collectors found me for a minute.
I thought they'd heard us and waiting for the fight to break out. They're kind of sitting around waiting for the scuffle.
Yep.
Anyway, we're talking to my man Angie. Your mother is here. We'll get her on coming up here in a minute or two.
Absolutely.
And get this resolved. And but anyway, Mama she'll poke him for a little bit and then she'll back off. But yeah, dads and brothers, they're going to be watching this too.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Are they watching now?
Yeah, I believe they are.
You want to say hello to your brother, your dad, or anything?
Hey guys, how's it going? This is it's a tough day for me. Take it easy on me.
And they're over on the other side of the camera going, they're loving this, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are.
Because you run that mouth for 3 years,
I have,
right?
3 whole years, and actually into the 4th year, and then it abruptly stopped around the Final Four. So
the key is abruptly.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are happy today. A lot of people are happy.
Mama put the skids to him. So
yeah.
It stopped abruptly. By the way, again, thanks for Jeff Bedard stopping by. Again, Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen, love it. It's made right here in East Tennessee. Goes all over the world. Just signed a contract to be the official sunscreen of the Boston Red Sox. He's already the official sunscreen of the Cubs and the Yankees. Sergio Garcia, when he won the Masters, had the Blue Lizard hat on, so it's all over the place. And so minor league baseball. And so anyway, Blue Lizard's made right here in East Tennessee and Johnson City. Crown Laboratories goes all over the world, and one of our great sponsors. And we're going to be there the 23rd, 3 weeks from tomorrow, or further from Friday. We're going to be beginning to broadcast in the Blue Lizard plant to tell you more about this fantastic product. And we'll see if we can't put together a GoPro and do a little tour through the plant, because he just did a $1 million renovation. It's the 11th, and he told me they're going to have an announcement in August that's even higher, but right now it's the 11th fastest growing mom and pop business in America. So
that's awesome.
Oh yeah,
it's a good product too.
It's awesome.
Wonderful product, and I'll be interested. Hopefully, you get to do the tour, because I drive by that place a lot and I've never been in there. So
I'll make
cool
sure that you're a guest on the day I'm over there.
Hey, all right,
they can come
we'll
be a part of it.
Absolutely,
Be a good feature story too.
Well, wonderful, yeah.
Because he's big on sports, and again, just told me just today, it hasn't even been announced yet. We got it here first. He just signed a contract with the for the Boston Red Sox to be
awesome.
there. And he said they're going to have, when you go into the restrooms at Wrigley and Fenway, they're going to have dispensers, little packets where fans can get Blue Lizard and apply it there. Sunscreens, they don't get sunburned. Had an interesting stat, and we'll get into the National Hockey League and NASCAR, but he said that the number one cancer killer of females is not what you would think, breast and ovarian cancer among others, but it's skin cancer.
Yep.
And I didn't realize that. So anyway, this is a fabulous product. Blue Lizard, Australian sunscreen, made right here in East Tennessee. And Jeff Bedar was here a few minutes ago, and we appreciate him. Also earlier, Karen Hubbs from the Goose Chase, and also Kevin Harmon with the UT Sports Update. We got my man in the house, Dave Angie with the Johnson City Press. You can see on the screen. Let's jump in here and go. Predators down 3-zip, tied it up 3-3. Penguins skate past them for the win. Game 2 tonight in Pittsburgh. The defending Stanley Cup champions do it again on the ice tonight against the Predators. Can the Predators do it?
They can, and I think overall, except for goaltending, which goaltending obviously is a big part of hockey, and it's almost like saying except for pitching, a baseball team played well, but except for goaltending, the Predators did what they needed to win that game. They scored 3 goals, and they limited Pittsburgh to like 11 shots in that game. But the problem is, Pittsburgh hit 40% of their shots, which is unheard of in hockey. So you look at it one of two ways: either, Nashville, is their defenders played a great game and they still gave up 5 goals, or you look at it as Pittsburgh just had a career night in being able to find the net against a good defensive effort. And I think we'll find out in Game 2 which one it was. I think it would surprise me if they're able to play that well again. And talking about Pittsburgh, in terms of scoring that many goals, I think if I were a Nashville fan, I would be pretty optimistic that they're going to be able to get over the hump and steal a game in Pittsburgh, be able to come home where they have a tremendous home ice advantage.
They're all critical, best of 7, obviously, but to me tonight, I think the fact that Nashville hung with them, tied them up, or down 3-0, tied it, and they went in to win. I think tonight's a really big game in this best of 7. They're all big, but I think from a psychological and a momentum standpoint, Predators almost have to have this one tonight.
I really think so. I mean, I don't think you can go home down 2-0. Even though you're going back to your home ice. I mean, there's so little margin for error in hockey, and when you're in a 2-game hole, that just makes it so much tougher. It puts so much more pressure on you. And when you look at all the offensive weapons that Pittsburgh has, I just think when you look at how tough it was goaltending-wise the last game, if you have another game where you lose, it just puts that much more pressure on your goaltender, and it makes life very difficult. So, yeah, they need a win here, and if they do, then I think momentum is big time on their side, because you go back to a place where it is tough for opposing teams to play.
The guy throws the catfish down on the ice.
Yes.
The story is unbelievable what this guy did.
He threw the catfish down there, and they arrested him, didn't they?
Yeah. Have you heard of how he stuck it down his crotch, the catfish, sprayed it with Old Spice so it wouldn't stink.
Yeah.
And somehow, Kevin was telling me earlier how he took a picture of a ticket. I don't know how he did it anyways. To get down close to the ice. I don't know how he got biosecurity to do that. So this was all premeditated catfish throwing.
It was. And you know what? That's what hockey's about. I think the people in Pittsburgh have no sense of humor, and I feel sad for them that they don't. I mean, this is a deal. They do it in Nashville all the time. Throw a catfish on the ice. I mean, you go up to Detroit, I think it's an octopus they throw out there all the time, So, yeah, I mean, come on. You're going to arrest the guy for that? That to me is a little bit crazy.
So what is the significance of throwing a catfish on the ice anyway? Is there anything to it? Just for kicks?
Just their thing, yeah.
Okay.
Just for fun, I mean, fun and games, and the guy's trying to brighten up the atmosphere, and it's hockey. For goodness sakes, it's playoff hockey. It's not like he did this in the regular season.
Yeah.
This is the playoffs,
You
got to respect that. I'll help pay for the guy's attorney if they give him any trouble up there. We'll get a collection together, a little GoFundMe, and see if we can't get that guy out of trouble.
The Angie Fund. So
he's a Tennessee hero.
Yeah, this guy, he said, I don't know if I'm smart, dumb, or just no redneck wanting to have some fun. But anyway, they arrested the guy. And so Kevin's telling me today that all the fish markets up there, they scan you now out all these live fresh fish markets inside of downtown Pittsburgh. They're checking everybody to make sure you don't buy. I don't know how you can do that. You can buy a catfish, you don't go and throw it on the ice again. I'm thinking they're making a really big deal over this. So,
no sense of humor.
No, let it go a little bit. It's a little bit of fun. Nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
Just, and then he told me the PETA's in on them because the catfish has feelings.
Well,
and so I'm thinking, are they upset because the catfish has feelings? It's in this guy's crotch going in, or because he got thrown on the ice? Which part is the catfish? And Kevin just rolled his eyes. And so
That's
way over my head, I can tell you.
I'll tell you, it's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
I don't know how to unpack all that.
We have ISIS trying to shoot us. We've got problems all over the world, all over the country. We're worried about a catfish being thrown on the ice and the Stanley Cup playoffs. So
unbelievable.
Yeah. NBA Finals starts Thursday. We're talking to Dave Angie, see on the screen, the Johnson City Press. Love having this guy on the show. We start Thursday, NBA Finals. Cavaliers going in, even though they're defending champions, they're going in as the underdog.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant says, they're not very good. LeBron says it's not the best Golden State team. It's not the best team we've played in the playoffs or in the finals. Durant, said sometimes LeBron plays like a sissy. So there's some trash talking, and we haven't even started yet. Game 1 is coming up tomorrow night. What do you think?
It seems like about a month ago that they played last. I guess it was last week. It just surprised me they took so much time off before starting the finals. But, I'm curious to see which team comes out and does the best after that layoff, because I really think who wins Game 1 in this series, that's going to set the tone. And it isn't always that way, but you look at these two organizations, they're so familiar with each other, having played in the finals for the last 2 years, and I think Game 1 is going to be critical in who wins this. I mean, when you've had this much time off and you're the home team, you can easily come out rusty and lose Game 1 and lose home court advantage, and then that turns out to be a big deal. So, yeah, whichever team is less rusty tonight, that's going to be a key. I tend to think that Cleveland has a better chance of playing well tonight because they don't quite rely as much on the perimeter jump shot as Golden State does. I mean, Golden State has built their entire empire on outside shooting. So, they do have fresh legs, so maybe they shoot it well, but they've had some time off. So let's see how that offense runs. But I would give Cleveland a slight advantage in this one, and it'll be a big game in the outcome of this series, I believe.
Opens up in Golden State.
It does, yes.
Tomorrow night, yep. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. And so,
dangerous game for Golden State, I think.
Yeah. Well, remember they had that long layoff the first game they played the Spurs. Spurs had them down by 25 or 26 and choked, and they came back and beat them. So they were, with that layoff, they were a little rusty. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's been proven that LeBron literally puts his team on his back and carries them. So, but this year he's got, Love's healthy, Irving's healthy.
Yeah.
Got a pretty good supporting cast. So, and if the Warriors are living and dying by the three, which they do, I mean, that can, if you're on, that's great. I mean, look what the Rockets did that night. That one game against the Spurs, they hit 25 threes and blew them out. The next game out, they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. So
absolutely, yeah, and that's the thing that's going to be interesting about this one. I think for basketball fans, you got to be happy with the fact that the players are all healthy this time around. This, last couple of years, the series has been marred by the fact that there have been some guys not healthy. I think Cleveland's gotten the worst end of that, honestly. If you look at, I think it was 2 years ago, was it, when Irvin was out and Love was out both? That really hurt them. But for everybody to be at full strength, I think that's good. The only thing that's not at full strength is Golden State's coaches. You have Kerr that looks like he can't come back, at least for Game 1. He's had some back issues there. Then Mike Brown, who's been the interim coach and done a wonderful job, by the way, to get them 12-0 in the playoffs. Mike Brown's had the flu, so they're almost running out of coaches over there. But the good news for fans, we're going to see all the stars on the court. And that's something I think everybody's been clamoring for. It's going to be a big night for basketball tomorrow night.
Before we switch gears, how good is LeBron James? I mean, in the all-time greatness, he just passed Jordan on the all-time playoff scoring list. I didn't realize this the other day. This is his 7th straight final this guy's been in.
Yeah.
7 straight. It's
unbelievable,
I think.
Yeah.
Maybe Russell had, I think he played in maybe more consecutive finals, but still, this guy rapidly, I don't think he's all-time greatest yet. I think it's still Jordan, but he's moving that way pretty quick.
To put it in perspective, I mean, here's a guy who is about the size Bill Russell was. You're looking at how big he is physically. He would have been a center in the NBA years ago. This guy can play all 5 positions and has, depending on injury, anywhere 1 through 5, which is unbelievable in the NBA. Magic Johnson was that way. If you remember the game back in the finals where Kareem had a sprained ankle and couldn't play, and they moved Magic Johnson to center. I believe it was his rookie year, and he played really well, But that's the kind of skill set he has. I think what sets him apart from Magic Johnson is the fact that he's a much better perimeter shooter. Magic never shot it very well. And I think just a scorer in general, he does really well. But he still, if you look at what he does, he really facilitates and sets his teammates up and passes the ball. And so I think he might be, it sounds terrible to say, he might be a more complete player than Michael Jordan was. His physical size, I think, really makes him a handful. And he's a player. I don't know if we'll ever see the likes of him again. I don't know if we'll see a guy that's that size with that kind of skill set. But it's really been special to watch. And, old school fans like me who like Jordan hate to think of somebody being better. But, man, this guy's impressive.
He is impressive. And like I said, when he wants to, it's almost like a great football team lines up to run the smash mouth football. It's coming, and you still can't stop it.
Yes.
LeBron's coming, you still can't stop him.
Yep.
Nobody's been able to stop the guy. He's our one-man wrecking crew, so we'll see. But it's going to take more than him to defeat the Warriors, obviously. And it's going to take more than Steph Curry to beat Cleveland. So should be a great series starting tomorrow night. We're talking to my man. Of course, we'll do the trophy presentation coming up here in a few minutes. Switching college football, SEC meetings down in Destin, Florida. Woodward, the athletic director, comes out and says yesterday, calls out Kevin Sumlin, the coach at Texas A&M, and says he's got to do better. To me, he immediately put him on the hot seat. He's got to do better. The 1-4 finish last year to finish things out, unacceptable. 3 straight 8-5 campaigns. So already, your first hot seat coach, and the season hasn't even started yet, clearly comes down to Texas A&M.
Yeah, I think that that really surprises me. That 8 wins is nothing really to scoff at, but when you look at the talent they've had through there, there is a little bit of cause for concern. You're in Texas, that's a recruiting hotbed. You're getting plenty of talent in there. Now they need to start seeing some results, and it's surprising to some people because they've had some success, but they put so much money in that program, and that's kind of the double-edged sword for these coaches. They're getting paid a tremendous amount of money compared to what guys used to make, not very many years ago. But the flip side is the expectations. People expect a big return on investment. So that has him on the hot seat, and he's not the only one in the SEC, and it doesn't take very long to get there. If you look at Mark Richt at Georgia, unbelievable the level of success he had, and still lost his job because when you're in that conference, the spotlight's just a little bit brighter, and it's everybody's watching you all the time, and you're right about that. A statement like that at this point in time is a very clear message about the fact that he needs to step it up this season.
Here's the quote from athletic director Scott Woodward. Says, quote, Coach Sumlin knows he has to win. He has to win this year.
Yeah.
He has to do better than he's done in the past.
Yep.
His past has been 9-4 in 2013, then 3 straight 8-5 finishes. And then he says down here, the 1-4 finish last year was, quote, extremely disappointing. So now, as I told Kevin, we talked about this earlier in the show, the guy Sumlin, the coach at Texas A&M, has a $10 million buyout on his contract.
Yeah.
So Woodward, the new athletic director at Texas A&M, making some ripples and making some noise. Also in the SEC meetings, the story on Malik Zaire. I think you bring you up to speed and see what Dave says about this, his thoughts. Argued the SEC has been at a competitive disadvantage because of its stance on graduate transfers. Florida currently banned from taking grad transfers for a 3-year period because 2 previous transfers didn't meet academic requirements. Malik Zaire, a former starter at Notre Dame, wants to come and play football in the SEC at Florida. If he doesn't get that pass to do that, he more than likely will end up at Texas.
Yeah.
So, what's your take? I mean, the SEC's got to tackle this week in the spring meetings in Destin, Florida. What do? Do you let the guy play down in Florida or not?
Well, it's I'm real. When you look at graduate transfers, it always upsets me when guys are blocked from going somewhere, because when you look at if being a student athlete's important, then you got to reward your guys who are able to graduate in 3 years, or 4 years in some cases, still have a year of eligibility left. If you've worked that hard and get your degree, you ought to be able to go play football where you want to play football if this rule's in place. And we see it in college basketball a lot too, where guys are blocked from going certain places. Of course, this is an SEC rule here, or the way it works, but I just think that they need to take all the gray area out of this. If a guy graduates and you as the NCAA want to reward them by letting him graduate anywhere, there can't be any limitations or restrictions to this for any reason. You got to let him go and let him do it. So, it's just that's frustrating to me, and I've seen it a few times. And there's a guy from Pittsburgh right now. I can't remember who he is, a basketball player that wants to go play at North Carolina, and that's in the league. And Stallings at Pittsburgh is blocking him from going to North Carolina to play, and that's, to me, is extremely disappointing, because you have a guy that did his job, he got his degree, this rule's in place, you got to let him go. That's the way it is. It's frustrating because coaches make a lot of money, they have contracts, but they can opt out of those contracts when they want to go take a job somewhere else. No penalty for them, so why are you going to penalize the players who are not being compensated for this? So that's something where I just wish they would say, hey, You get your job done, you get your degree, you have the freedom to go where you want to go.
Be interesting to see how they rule, because it's going to have a, as he said, ripple effect.
Yeah.
For a lot of schools for a long time. Two other topics they got to tackle is alcohol in the stadiums.
Yep.
Booze being sold to the general public in stadiums. It's revenue. It's a chance to make money for the schools.
Yep.
Texas now serving alcohol to the public in their 100,000 seat stadium. So, you know, they're saying their take is they're drinking out in the parking lot tailgating. They're going to come in having drank to begin with.
Yeah.
So we might as well get the money in our pocket, let them come into the stadium and drink. We can keep better control of them if they get out of hand. I think, to me, that's a smokescreen to make more money.
Oh, it definitely is. You know, when you look at it, when you look at that, we look at what schools have done. First of all, there have been a lot of schools. Conferences used to be about geographic areas, so you didn't have to send your softball team or baseball team all over creation. But now we see the conference shifts have widened the scope of all these leagues. You know, you have Rutgers in the Big Ten now. You know, they're traveling to Wisconsin to play, you know, all sorts of sports. So you got to pay for that out of somewhere, and the easiest way to do it is out of football, obviously, and revenue generated by football. You know, so, yeah, this is definitely a way to be able to pay for all that, is in some of the financial decisions they've made, is to be able to sell alcohol in the stadiums, because you can sell it for a very high price. And, you know, you're trying to pretend that it's anything other than that is a little disingenuous. I mean, you know, they're trying to, you know, just like if you look at every other sport, you know, anywhere, you know, you look at the Johnson City Cardinals, they have alcohol in their stadium now, and it ups the amount of money that is spent by every fan that comes through the gate. You know, it's just economics. It's the way it is, and it's the way it is in college sports too. You can debate whether that's right or wrong, or if it should be different, you know, on a campus in college sports than it is in the NFL, or it is in professional baseball or basketball or hockey or whatever. But the truth of the matter is, when it comes down to it, they're like anybody else. It's an economic decision. Now, the ethics of it, that's something that's wide open for debate.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, I've been to ballparks. I mean, the last time I went to see the Reds play, which is not college football, but there's 2-3 guys behind me, couldn't hold their beer. They were drinking like water. And then I started, you know, I got little people with me, and I start hearing the F-bomb, and they get, you know, very belligerent and very obnoxious, and I'm thinking, you know, the kind of money they're going to ask me to plunk down to go watch an SEC football game, I, for one, don't want to be around a bunch of drunks that can't handle the liquor, because, you know, on a hot Saturday afternoon in the South, the sun's beating down, and they're going to be chugging the brewskis. So,
and let's just say this nicely: emotions run a little hotter at an SEC football game than they do at a regular season baseball game. You know, so
you put a little liquor in there, put a little, I guess in this case, brewskis.
That's the other concern.
It's a recipe for disaster. So, for me, and I'm not a prude. I'm a teetotaler, but I'm not a prude. I'm not interested in going to watch a football game with that in the stadium. But that's just me, and I'm sure I'm in the minority, but I am entitled to my opinion, so that's going to be a tough one to tackle, I can tell you that. I mean, even at the Speedway, they have an alcohol-free area for families to come up and watch and not have to be bothered with the possibility of somebody getting out of control with too much to drink. Last one, again, we'll switch to NASCAR. Auburn may be going to the SEC East. Missouri may be going to the SEC West. We haven't seen an Eastern Conference champion in the SEC since 2008. That's because there's a school called Alabama that completely dominates the league right now. So you like the possibility maybe Auburn going to the East and Missouri going to the SEC West in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I can see that being something that would be a positive. You know, if I would rather see Alabama come over to the East, or, you know, one of the schools that's been so dominant, because, you know, I think the SEC's been hurting itself over the last few years. They keep having all their top teams in the West running into each other, and of course these things kind of go on a cycle, and at some point Georgia will rise up, and Florida and Tennessee conceivably will be a lot better than they've been in recent years, and they'll be contending for titles too, and maybe the East will be stronger. But you know, if you're going to make a move like that, I would say Alabama right now would be the team to do it, because then you open the door for your LSUs and you know, Ole Miss and Mississippi State and some of those teams that have been strong but not quite good enough to beat Alabama. You open the door for maybe more competitive SEC championship games in the short term.
Let's switch gears to NASCAR. Then we are indeed going to have her come over and talk here. We're going to do this trophy presentation. We have not forgot. Well, let's get one more college football note, and then we'll do NASCAR. Michigan staff, here we go again.
Yes.
Harbaugh pushing the needle, heading down to Florida Atlantic with former Alabama offensive coordinator Lane Kiffin putting on the camp. He's bringing in the Wolverines, Oregon, Vanderbilt, Illinois, Arkansas, also Tennessee's coaching staff's going to be there. Again, another chance for Harbaugh to get in there and kind of dig around and check Florida talent. What do you think?
For people down here, it's the unholy alliance, Lane Kiffin and Jim Harbaugh, isn't it? I mean, can you imagine that? But here's the thing that shocked me, and I had to read it about 3 times. Tennessee's coaching staff's going to go participate in this?
Yes.
Now, I understand you got to be there, because if you're not, then all these recruits and all these kids, potential recruits, I guess they're high school kids who are going to be at this camp, won't see you, and you won't get a chance to put your brand in front of them. But my goodness, Vols and Kiffins, laying down together. That's a sign of some weird times that we got going. But that's how this whole deal has become. These camps happen. You got to compete. They've kind of shortened the window, the amount of time you can be off campus now. But when something like this happens and it's that high profile, you have to be there to try to counteract the other schools that are there. So, it's just the world we live in now. But leave it to Kiffin to kind of up the ante down there and get some exposure at Florida Atlantic, which I believe he'll be highly successful there, and somebody else will roll the dice on him pretty soon. Maybe Texas A&M, since our man Sumlin's on the hot seat.
There you go. Hey, I don't think Butch Jones out of the woods, quite frankly.
No.
I think he needs to step up. I think they're expecting big things out of him this year.
Yep.
And I don't think, what did he go last year, 8-4?
Yeah, and that's a tough position for them to be in with the unproven quarterback. Whoever it is going to be somebody that has not played a lot of snaps, and there's also a lot of other starters that are going to be brand new on the field, and they have a ton of talent, but it's unproven, more unproven than it was last year.
Got to mesh that talent, see how it's going to work. It'll start soon enough. Switching gears real quick, we'll do a little NASCAR, then we're going to take a break and bring Mama over here and do the trophy presentation. Of course, the black number 3 in Victory Lane on Sunday night, Monday morning.
Yeah.
Obviously, by now Austin Dillon won the Coca-Cola 600, so great victory for him and Richard Childress Racing. And I know Richard Childress said he's seen that number 3 in Victory Lane, got very emotional.
Yeah.
So big win for a program and for a team that needed it with Paul Menard, Ryan Newman, and of course, Austin Dillon. New points leader, Truex takes over the leadership. Larson didn't even get on the track to qualify because of pre-race problems, and then he starts in the back of the field. He's been mad ever since. So give me your take over the racing. And then, of course, Kyle Busch gets in the post-race and, picks his nose and just does, just acts like, and I'm a Kyle Busch fan. I think the guy can drive the wheels off a race car. But before he even gets started on what he's going to say, God, act like you've been there.
Yeah.
Win like a champion. The week before, he's giddy and he loves everybody and everything's good. He wins $1 million with the All-Star race. This time, he duels for the win, comes up short, and, really showed himself, I thought. So, anyway, if you act like you've been there and, win like a champion, lose like a champion. Nobody likes to lose, but,
And I take exception to that. And I've read way too many people in the NASCAR media this week saying, oh, well, nobody hates to lose more than Kyle Busch. That's not true. All these guys hate to lose more than anything.
I agree.
None of them like to lose, especially the way he lost. Anybody would have been that angry and that upset. But you can be professional when you're angry and upset. And that's what he did. And I've seen him do it on more than one occasion.
Yep.
I can't remember if it was Bristol recently that he had a very, very short media availability after either an Xfinity race or a Cup race where he finished second. So, and Brad Keselowski brought that up on Twitter the other day too. He said we all hate to lose, and it's true. And that part of it was unfortunate, but that is what it is with Kyle Busch, and it's always been that way. And I just hate when people make excuses for it. Call it what it is. He just not a great sport when he loses, but he's a tremendous driver, and I'd pay money to watch him race because he's a talented driver. So that being said, talking about the win for Austin Dillon, that's a team that's been in turmoil. I mean, they've had some Slugger Labby just left that organization and not on great terms, and Austin Dillon alluded to the fact that he was in a pretty emotional, contentious meeting with his grandfather about how bad his cars have been, but then lo and behold, they come out, they play the fuel strategy to perfection. When you outdo the 48 team on something, which they did, I mean, they played the fuel strategy better than the 48, which ran out of fuel, put themselves in position, won a race. Now there's a spark. A spark can come from that. We talk about these young drivers all the time in NASCAR, and I think Austin Dillon's a guy that's been overlooked in that just because they haven't been very competitive. Well, he added his name now with Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott and all these other drivers. you can gain a lot of momentum. They're in the playoffs now. The playoffs are going to bring more money to that organization that they can pour back into the team to be a little bit faster next year. So they can get a spark from this, and they might get rolling. So it'll be fun to see if they can turn that into momentum. But, when you have that 3 car and you have another young driver winning, I think that's good for the sport.
Absolutely. I would say, I'd go on record and say, to use a basketball or a football analogy, the 48 team got out-coached. They got out-foxed, and they strategically got beat at their own game. And so Dylan brings on the checkers and a legitimate win. It's been a great year for Austin to get that win, his first. Then also, they announced earlier during Speed Week in Daytona that they're expecting, he and his wife. So great year so far for Austin Dillon. Huge shot in the arm for RCR Racing. Here is a triple header. It goes like this. The defending Cup champion in Dover this weekend, where they're going to the Monster Mile. Matt Kenseth, 2-time winner there last year. He won in Loudon, he won in Delaware, won in Dover. The Xfinity Series will be there as well. Eric Jones, 4-time winner last year, including in Bristol Motor Speedway. He is the defending champ of that race a year ago. And they're also racing the trucks. And Matt Crafton, the 2013 and 2014 points champion, series champion, is the defending champ of that race. And again, they'll get going tomorrow with Camping World practice, and they'll have the Camping World Truck Series Bar Harbor 200 on Friday afternoon at 5:30. Saturday will be the One Main Financial 200 at 1 o'clock for the Xfinity Series. And then you never did call me. And then you called me, all righty. Monster Energy Series AAA Dover, AAA 400 Drive for Autism, which is a fantastic organization. And again, Matt Kenseth, the defending champ of that race. So it's a triple header this weekend at Dover. Did the countdown. Let's do the calendar. Today's the 31st.
Yep.
You got 30 days in June.
Yep.
You got 31 days in July. That's 61. And then the truck race is on the 16th. That's 77. Today makes it, we're 78 days away from the truck race at Bristol. Love it. Can't wait.
Yeah. Martin Truex Jr., that's his number, the 78.
Yeah.
We're that many days away. Yeah, it's right around the corner. Summer goes fast, and we'll be ready to get some racing done. And I'm very excited to see them put some rosin back down on that track again and see how the racing looks this time around, because I think and they tried that during the race in Charlotte, and I haven't heard any returns on how that worked. I think it's different on asphalt. I think your concrete tracks, I think Dover would be another place where it would work remarkably well if they ever want to experiment with it there. But I think everybody, after what they saw, and then also with Dale Earnhardt Jr., this will be his final Cup race here. I think there's going to be a lot of buzz, a lot of excitement once we get to the end of August.
423 Bristol, BristolTix.com, or you go to Food City and get your tickets there. And we'll talk more about that starting tomorrow, where you can go in and get your Cup tickets and the Xfinity tickets and the Thunder Valley National tickets. And, of course, right here again, we have over 200 entries. Here's where you can go to get your Thunder Valley National tickets. Again, those are available by simply registering right there. I've got over 200 names in the bucket already. I was going to read you some of the folks that had it here earlier, and I don't know what I've done with it, but it's here. I want to read some of those names. We got 11 different states already, folks registering. And I'll take a break. I'll find it because I want to read those. What's coming up next will be the very tough, it's a very emotional time for my man. And so we're going to let him do this and get this over with, much to the glee of his mother. Now, is your wife and daughter here too?
They're here too, yeah.
Are they on your side, or are they on her side?
Oh, they're going to be rejoicing when this happens.
This is his wife.
There's going to be this video,
and
they'll probably take their own photos and video of.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough.
I'm not going to lie, I've been hard to live with for the last 3 years. What do they say? The chickens come home to roost today. Live on the Tom Taylor Show.
There you go. They're fixing to land. We'll take a break, and we're going to get Mama over here and do this trophy presentation, because he got beat. He's got to pass the trophy on to his mama. I love it.
Yep.
And someone else had that camera, and the boys are going, all right, gather around.
Yep. Now
Here they come. Here comes Mama. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
The deals are heating up for Truck Month at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. Over 300 new Chevys to choose from, all with incredible savings. $11,000 off MSRP on 16 Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. Check out the savings online at championjc.com. 16 Silverado Crew Cab, $33,685. 16 Track, $17,460. 16 Equinox, $21,615. 16 Traverse, $27,365. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Chick-Fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're about to wrap this thing up, but she is here. Let me just say she's enjoying this immensely. This would be Dave's mama. Don't show that quite yet. We want to get this set up. So this is Dave's mother, Miss Claire Ann Angie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think's out there watching right now in the family enjoying this immensely?
Probably my husband and my other 2 sons, who all were in the contest and are really glad somebody won it but Dave. Yep, we're all really relieved. Yep.
Now, this is his mother. She's saying, we're over this because when you first sat down, you said you didn't think he was ever going to.
3 years in a row he won it, and you were leading this time almost the whole way. And so then I came from behind and won.
Yeah.
So it was great.
Now, I want to get this from a mother because I know you love your sons, and so does he trash talk when he wins? I mean, is he kind of hard to live with?
Yes, he is. He is. Very hard to live with. So, and also his wife and daughter were just wanting anybody but Dave to win. So, yep. And so it's very hard for him to hand this trophy over.
So he has his mother who's against him. His brothers and dad are somewhere laughing their head off because he has to do this. His wife who's sitting behind him and his daughter, and they're all sitting there like vultures. They want to see this because they're all excited because you have to relinquish this trophy. So where was the turning point? So you were behind at one point, and then something happened. What game or games? I mean, what got you turned?
I can't remember, but I know that it must have been the 10-point games, because the way we do the tournament, they are 10 points for the winner when you get closer to the end. Yes,
So if
yes.
you're just joining us, this is all based around March Madness, the college basketball, of course, and so there's points involved, and you're picking teams, and I'm not sure how they do it, but I just know it's intense. We have family members who don't talk to each other, and then so Dave has won it for 3 years. His mother, by his own admission, has been very hard to live with. So he loses, and so now on my show, which I'm quite honored to him to do this, he's about to pass the trophy on to his mother. So if you want to go.
Okay.
Dave looks like he's been shot.
Okay,
Yes.
here we go.
Go ahead. Let's get you on camera. Let's make this the official presentation. Dave giving the trophy to his mother.
Okay, here we go. It's heavy too, so yes, it is. It's a heavy trophy.
There you go.
There it is.
There it is. It has been passed.
And it's going to be in Georgia for a year.
Mrs. Angie and the little ladies back here clapping because Dad lost.
And I think this might be a long string of us women winning this trophy. So we'll see.
Now. Now she just threw it. She just threw down the gauntlet. So she's implying you're not going to see this again for a while. It's staying on the ladies' side of things.
And
I'll tell you this: if one of those two wins it,
you'll never.
I won't see it.
Oh no, you won't see it, or you'll never hear the end of it. I can tell you that. Yes. Yeah, and they're back there. Look, they're grinning like.
I think I might need to engrave my name on there.
I think you should. I think you should.
See what I'm doing? Against the world.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, you are. So this is. Let's get up a little closer. See if I do it. This is what we play for. Is there? I mean, is there a name for it?
Milo.
Milo.
Yep.
Artist, he's a Spanish artist. My brother researched it.
Yep.
So we're playing for the Milo. Here it is.
Yep.
And Mrs. Angie has won the Milo.
Yep.
So she is
And
basketball picking supremacy right there.
Yep. So I'll enjoy that for the next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So look in the camera and use that. You know, the Raiders' slogan is "Just win, baby." So look in the camera and just say whatever you want to say to your husband and your other children, and just gloat, would you?
Okay.
It's all yours.
Okay. I got this, and I think I might keep it for 3 or 4 years now. We'll see. We'll see. I think I might. It's going to be tough to get it back.
Going to be tough to get it back. She's talking trash already. So, and the ladies back going, "You're right. You're right. He ain't getting it back." So there you go. All right. Now, is your other sons as competitive as he is?
Yeah, they are all just as competitive.
Now, what does your husband say? The fact now, because you may be hard to live with now since you've won this, the Milo. So, is he going to have to kind of live with this too?
Yeah, he's probably more competitive than the boys. So this will be fun.
Dave says, "Yeah, he is."
It will be fun.
Good. So, on my show, we passed the Milo. So there you go. It's a touching moment. You don't like that. You're not dealing with this very well, are you? He keeps going, "Tom, we have to go." There you go. All right. Well, Mrs. Angie, it was a pleasure.
Nice to be here.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
You're
And
welcome.
I remember I did hear you call it. It should be called Dave's Trophy or
Yeah.
something. Was that? I did remember that.
So we're going to call it the Claire Ann Trophy for the
Right.
next 12 months. How's that?
That's
Is that
right.
good?
That's
All right.
good.
The Milo Claire Ann Trophy.
Okay, that's good.
It's good stuff. All right. Dave's like, "Are we done?" So I guess we are. You can go get something to eat, and I love it. Good stuff. Fun times, man. I love to do the show, and Mrs. Angie came all the way up from Georgia to claim her prize, the Milo.
Yep.
Took it from the boy. Look at it.
It's great.
Yeah, grinning like a fox in a hen house. She says it's great. Are you gonna put it back in the case?
Yep.
You want to hold it?
There
or
we go.
Okay.
There we go.
And it goes to, and you'll proudly show this where now? At the house?
On the mantle over the fireplace.
So when Dave comes down to visit in Georgia,
He'll see it. That's
First
right.
thing he sees he walks in is Claire Ann's Milo.
Right.
There you go. Oh, you don't get to touch it? Oh, this is it. This is the last time you touch it.
But I'll tell you what. Next March Madness tournament, it's going to be interesting.
And your granddaughter said, "Grandma, you're bragging already." There you go.
Yep.
This is an intense show here. It's a good way to end it. So we want to say thanks again to the folks who made this show possible today. That would be Kevin Armin, the UT Sports Update. Obviously, Mrs. Angie and Dave. And then also Jeff Bedard, the owner of Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen, stopped by. Great visit with him, and Karen Hubbs from the Goose Chase. So we are out of time. We thank you for yours. This is the champion. You want to wait? You want to blow him kisses or anything, or give him a high five? Or
Thank you.
I love it. Well, that's going to do it from here. Dave says, can we please shut this show off because I'm tired of hearing about it. So we're going to rejoin you tomorrow again at Champion Chevrolet. So for these folks and all of our great guests and also the good folks at Chick-fil-A and our title sponsor, Grip Energy, this is Tom Taylor telling you as always after show number 529, win or lose, be a good sport. So long, everybody.